Hello, friends, and welcome back to Too Many Minis. My name's Ossie. It's Adepticon in the US of A, and lots of companies are using that as their moment to reveal new stuff. And for this year, it seems to be Games Workshop's big reveal place. They're not doing a Warhammer Fest this year in the UK, so this is taking its place as far as doing their big reveal. And their big thing for this year is the new edition of Age of Sigmar. I think we'll start with that. Now, they showed off a bonkers cinematic for that with a Skaven city shooting up out of the ground and the Stormcast. And a few cities of Sigmar soldiers got in there, looking pretty horrified and going to battle. They didn't show off the minis. I think when you look back at the 40k new edition from last year, we got the cinematic for that, and then we got these one by one model reveals in the following days and weeks. And I think that's what they're going to do, because all those model reveals matched up to things that were in the video. So if you see something in the cinematic, we're probably going to get, if it's it's featured, we're probably going to get that model. We've already seen the Skaven moving cannon thing leaked, so I guess we can expect to see those units and things, which means I think we're going to get a giant Skaven leader on a giant rat, which looks great. I couldn't really tell you what the new Stormcast models were from there, but it's all looking a bit samey to me. There was a rumor that it was Cities of Sigmar in the launch box rather than Stormcast. I'm sad to see that's not the case, because I just feel like we've got a lot of Stormcast. I know it's like they're kind of doing it as like the Space Marines, but I don't believe for a minute they're as popular in AOS as Space Marines are in 40k. So I don't think it would have hurt to have Cities of Sigmar in there instead. But I'll be all over this box. I just started Skaven. Really looking forward to the new models. They spoke a bit about the new edition, and it's a totally, clean slate. Lots of newly simplified rules, not simplified them, streamlining and making it more elegant and stuff. It's all good stuff as far as I'm concerned. To hear them saying that, I want to get into this edition and play it, and it sounds good. They have Spearhead mode like Combat Patrol, but it sounds a bit more involved than Combat Patrol. It's got a board with the two Hammerhull cities, one on each side, and it has card play. That's different from Combat Patrol, so it sounds like it's a bit more of a developed game mode, but it's the same basic idea of you get a box for a faction and you can play that straight out of the box, and they've balanced them against each other so they've got different rules from in the main AOS game to try and make it more balanced. Sounds fun. They had a picture of some spearheads, some of which we've seen unveiled. I wonder if those are all actually the spearheads, because the Gloomspike Git one just looks like the current Vanguard box to me, so I'm not sure how accurate those pictures are. But each faction will get a box and you can play them straight out of the box. They're talking about quick lunch break games, that kind of thing. Sounds good to me. They did show a new model for AOS, which is the last of the Dawnbringer books, Abraxia, Spear of the Everchosen. Very impressive model. She's going to be coming in the box with some Vanguard. It's pretty impressive. I'm not the biggest AOS Chaos guy, but it's a good model for sure. Proper centerpiece model. And I guess that's going to be the last thing coming before the new edition. They said that all these kind of armies of renown and stuff that have been in the Dawnbringers book will be playable in the new edition, and they'll get everything's going to be getting new free downloads and stuff, much like they did with 40k last year. There's also a nice little piece of terrain. Chaos terrain. I love terrain. Nexus Chaotica. For 40k, they showed off Chaos Space Marine Chaos Lords. One on foot with a lot of options to build. That's a pretty great model. And yeah, a suitably diverse kit. And a jump pack one, which I don't like as much, but I think it's just I'm not that into the jump pack look as much anyway. But they again, lots of options. You can have it with 2 lightning claws. And they're coming in 2 battle forces, like one each, one on foot with a huge load of legionaries and terminators, and one a bit more fast moving and with cultists as well, and a dark commune. Those are big boxes to get one model. So if you want them both, you may want to wait, because it can be slightly pushing the buy a big box to get one model treatment with this one. But I think they are. I think if you're a fan of Chaos Marines, you're gonna like these lords. Warcry. It sounds like this is the penultimate box for Warcry from Gnarlwood. This one sees Ossie Bone Reapers against Sylvaneth. The Ossie Bone Reapers are this kind of outcast warband with funny little skeleton dogs, skeleton bats, harpies, and stuff. And they are up against Sylvaneth, who are kind of twisted by Gnarlwood parasites. This one comes with bees, and they're trying to get healing, find some healing, and get back to good health, get some new growth. They're pretty cool looking. There's a nice variety in both these warbands, and they get a cool new piece of terrain. A ravening gnarl oak is definitely trying to eat you up. Not a friendly tree. I think it's a solid set for Warcry. For the old world, they showed off the dwarves. They showed the big battalion box, which looks pretty straightforward. It's got a gyro bomber in it, which is pretty fun, and some solid troops. The mountain holds arcane journal. Dwarves are getting a few more new miniatures than some of the other factions. Quite interesting. 2 dwarf lords, 1 on shield bearers, and 1 on foot. And those are pretty great models. They're kind of in keeping with the old dwarf range, but they're a bit extraed up. They're a bit, using the modern sculpting. Those are plastics. And then you get Dwarf Thane with handgun from Forge World, resin, and Ungrim Iron Fist. So a big character. So that's an old school character coming back in a younger form. It was kind of interesting. We'll see probably more of that from some other factions. Then they show off the plastic kits that are going to be coming back. They bring back the one Forge World resin kit, and then a bunch of old models, including some really old ones. I mean, they've got down here Prince Ulthar with the Dragon Company. I mean, these are like mid-80s old models that don't match the look, but they are nice. And it'd be quite cool to see some of them around on tables. So exciting confirmation that dwarves are next after the orcs and goblins. For Kill Team, they showed off Kill Team Termination. Kind of interesting one. It's got these Hernkin Jaegers. They're a Leagues of Votan. They're like the guys on the motorbikes, but these ones are off motorbikes. They've got big trench coats and a lot of techie stuff. They're unhelmeted for the most part. It's kind of a different look. They kind of hark back to old squats a bit more, although they also look really different. I don't know. They got a lot of techie guns. These guys, lots of variety being Kill Team rather than a 40k unit. Although they will be a 40k unit by the sounds of it, as you'd expect. One of them's got a crossbow. There's a sniper. They've got one of the little robo dudes. I like them. It looks very funny with no head, but wearing a coat. These still don't look that dwarfy to me, but I think they're more appealing than the rest of the Votan range to me so far. Definitely a lot of character for a unit, though. I'm kind of impressed with them. And they'll be up against Genestealer Cult Brood Brothers, which I'm assuming is a upgrade sprue for Acadian frame. I'd have to look at the Acadian frame again to be sure of that. But this is exciting for me. I've got Genestealer Cults, and these look good. Sounds like an interesting kill team. It's got they package. You get Brood Brothers, but you also get the existing Brood Coven with the Patriarch, Magus, etc. And you're going to be able to field quite different teams depending on how you want to play them, because there's more than you can just run in one go. It looks like there are 10 Brood Brothers plus this Brood Coven. I think the Patriarch is the biggest modeling kill team base wise. It's on a 50mm base. I don't know if any others are. Possibly the big Ogrin guy. So I'll be super interested in that. Definitely picking that up. And there looks like some really nice bits in the Brood Brothers sprue to make them more Genestealer culty. There's a great sort of injection pistol, syringe pistol. And I like the little terrain thingies. Plasma generatoriums. I think they look great. I think I'll be getting some of them for my Kill Team boards. And also, I mean, notable for being exactly what's been kind of rumoured for months. We really need to trust the rumours, I think. They're all turning out to be true. The leaks are real. My favourite reveal of this show was actually the Underworlds set, Wintermoor. And it has this incredible Cities of Sigmar, Brethren of the Bolt. This is a fanatical sect of the cults Umberogan who worship Sigmar in his aspect as the master of Azir's divine lightning. So they're all guys who've been struck by lightning. And like, Hashim is the leader. It's like doing the old two kids in one big coat trick. Looks incredible. It's just bonkers. And yeah, like I love these. I love the kind of lightning rod tech they've got on their heads. These are great. They're kind of like the old flagellants kit, but they're kind of super new and AOS-y. Yeah, these are great. I would definitely be getting those, adding them to my Cities of Sigmar. And they face off against the Skinnerkin, a kind of flesh eater quartz warband. It's not quite so interesting. I mean, there's a bit of variety there with a big back guy, but they look a lot like the rest of the range, a bit dynamically posed, but otherwise the same. I might give the game a go. There's, the rivals decks now, it's more straightforward to just get into and play. I've got quite a lot of warbands over the years, just from how great the models are. But these are these are great. Brethren of the Bolt, absolute highlight for me. That main model, just like the textures on the coat and the wraps around his body, it's just brilliant. So that's looking like my model of the year so far. Can't believe it. And they showed a silhouette of it a few days ago as a teaser, and it just looked like some sort of standard wizard. It's nothing of the sort. Totally crazy. They also showed a quick teaser for Horus Heresy, which appeared to be Admech. Be interesting if it's going to be like a plastic range refresh for Admech, a bit like the Solo Auxilia, which we're seeing coming out now. That's good news. That's a lot of expensive models getting replaced with less expensive models, hopefully, or just some new stuff. I love the look of Admech, so if there's new things, there'll be interesting things. A very brief teaser for Necromunda, which had some new looking guys with guns, and implication that it's going to be about going down. This next expansion is going to be about going down underground, maybe something like that. Not much to say there. So that and the Brethren of the Bolt are the highlights for me. Solid stuff, but it's great news for dwarf players, for Old World. Another solid kill team box. I don't know if that's the only chaos we're going to get. There was all this talk about chaos bikers, and they didn't show anything about them. And you'd think they would have shown them if, they would be in one of these boxes if they were doing them. But perhaps they'll be just a separate kit and they will do them. But that might be all we get for Chaos Space Marines. Let me know what you were excited by. Nothing for Middle Earth again, but we weren't expecting anything. Yeah, what's exciting for you? What did you want to see but you didn't see? There was nothing on the redacted 40k codex that's coming in the summer. There was some talk that might be Agents of the Imperium, or some people still hoping for Emperor's Children, but we didn't get any news on that, so that's still to come. Drop a comment below with how you're feeling about it, and join the Discord. Free Discord. We're chatting about miniatures there. That's what we do. I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.